Hey guys, it's been a while since I've did a video, so I think we're overdue. But I admit, there hasn't been that much going on in the retro handheld scene since the new year, but we're already at the end of February already. So the good folks at Lit NXT were nice enough to send me a device, which is pretty cool. Huge thanks to them. I just want to reiterate that there is no money exchange. And this is going to be the first time they see this review at the same time as you guys, so this is pretty cool. What do we have here? It's the Miyoo Mini, the original one. This is the one that took the retro handheld world by storm back in, it was probably in 2002 if I had to guess, 2003. The thing is, it got discontinued because of the screen. It was hard to find because the screen size was really hard to find at the time, so that's why they made the Miyoo Mini Plus. And now you're probably thinking, well, where's the system? Well, this is the Miyoo Mini Plus. Remember this guy? We reviewed this guy back last year, and this was the first retro handheld that I got in April 2023. My wife found this one by luck, and it was I'm not going to tell the story. Look it up on my channel, right? But this was the OG. This is the Miyoo Mini, and this is the Miyoo Mini version 4. And this one has some improvements over the, you're probably wondering why 4 versions. Well, I'm not sure of the full history on that yet, but I know that this one is the one to get, and we'll get into all the details coming up right now. So the Miyoo Mini actually came in this case right here. And you're probably thinking, how big is this case? Well, I'll just show you. This is my hand. I mean, it's pretty small indeed. So this is how it was sent to me. Again, thanks to the folks at Lit NXT. And what was included inside, I'll show you guys. So it came with a nice little sort of like bag, which is kind of cute. So that's how the system came in. You have the instruction manual, which is, I believe, as usual, in English and in Chinese. It gives you instructions on how to work the device and everything, so that's cool. Came with a USB-A to USB-C charging cable. Came with a nice little sticker. This is pretty cool. NXT, thank you for that. And it even came with a micro SD card reader, which is pretty cool. It's really cool that Miyoo actually includes this. They didn't have to do this, but very convenient to copy games and stuff. So that's pretty neat. That's what's included in the box. Let's check out the machine, shall we? One thing that I do know with version 4 is that it's a matte finish, which is really nice. So you're not going to get all the fingerprints on it. So it feels really, really cool. It doesn't feel cheap at all. I don't know if it's the plastic they use, but I think the Miyoo Mini felt a little cheaper. Like it felt more like a toy. The Miyoo Mini Plus, I mean, which is this guy. Still feels amazing, but it just felt a little different than this guy. This guy here feels really nice. And the resolution on this guy is actually higher than this one. This one, I should have mentioned this before, this one has a 3.5 inch screen. This one has a 2.8 inch screen. The resolution on this one is 640 by 480. The resolution on this one, the Miyoo Mini, is 752 by 560. It's a very strange resolution, but it's actually higher quality, right? Looks better, so which is pretty neat. It's a small device, I'm not gonna lie. At first, I'm like, how am I gonna play with this thing? But I was very surprised, and we're gonna get to that in a second. So, you have your D-pad, you have your Miyoo menu button right here, you have your buttons here, and the buttons on the D-pad, they just feel amazing. I don't know, it's unreal how good this feels. I mean, these buttons and this D-pad are second to none as far as I'm concerned. That's why I could actually play with this, because at first I'm like, how am I going to play with this thing? I could eat this. This is a deck of cards, man. Look at this. It's the size of a deck of cards. It's a perfect comparison, actually. That's nuts. So, wow. By the way, great band. Again, the buttons are amazing. One front firing mono speaker here. Select and start button. On top, you have your LED lights, you have your power button. Here you actually have a volume wheel, which is really cool. You don't see this a lot. This is the first time that I see a volume wheel on one of these devices. Here you have your 3.5mm headphone jack, your SD card, more on that in a second. And here you have your USB-C charging cable, and nothing on this side. And on the back side, you have your buttons, your L1, R1 buttons, L2, R2 buttons here. And you have your battery, which is right in here. You can easily remove the pack. And if you can see it right here, it's a 2000 milliamp battery, which will probably last you a few hours. 2 to 4 hours maybe, depending on the game you play. The SD card that Lit NXT sent me was a 256 SanDisk card, which is unreal. I mean, that's nuts that they include this with the system. So huge thanks to Lit NXT, and if you buy yours from Lit NXT, you could have that option. So you're probably thinking, Bowler, well, 256 gigs, that's nice. I mean, yes, it's cool that they included a good card, but I could find my own ROMs somewhere else. But the thing is, they include Onion OS on there, which is huge. It is probably the best OS for any of these Linux devices. And I'll show that in a second. So the fact that they actually include that is pretty good, man. It's pretty good for sure. I'll mention right away that there is no Bluetooth support for this device, no Wi-Fi support, and it cannot connect this device to an external TV or monitor. If you remember the Miyoo Mini Plus, the only thing that this has over this one is this one connects to Wi-Fi. We're just going to turn it on. Hold your finger on it for a few seconds and it turns on automatically, as you can see. It comes with Surwish, which is a version of Onion OS, I believe. I think it's pretty much the same thing. This system comes preloaded with a bunch of systems. I'll just show you guys quickly here. You can pause and actually see if you're really curious about what it comes with the 256 gig version from Lit NXT, of course. It comes with a lot of systems for sure. Keep in mind that this device plays up to PlayStation really comfortably. So it does not play PSP, N64, or Dreamcast. Keep that in mind. It's the CPU is a little weaker than some of the Anbernic devices, but it actually plays the same as what you'd expect on the Miyoo Mini Plus. So still really good. I mean, I don't think you'd want to play anything like the N64 with this. I mean, you only have a D-pad, and these are not the best shoulder buttons, but they do the job. I'm actually surprised on how they play. I've been playing this since I got it last week, and I am pleasantly surprised. This thing here is extremely pocketable as well. I mean, look at this. You could just slip this in your pocket and bring it anywhere with you. It's really cool. One thing I'll say right off the bat, I mean, I'm nearing 50 years old. So for someone like me, it's a small screen, but that said, I could still play it pretty good. I'm actually surprised. It depends on the game, but especially the Game Boy games and Game Boy Color games, they actually put the font text bigger, so those games play fine. But something with smaller text might be a little harder to read on this. So, and this just showed the difference. So this is a 2.8-inch screen, and this is a 4-inch display. So as you remember, we reviewed this guy. This one's the Anbernic 40XX V, which I got for Christmas. So if we compare, I mean, it's quite a bit smaller, right? Even the display, you can't really compare. So I admit, for someone my age, this one might be a little better to play with, but the build quality on this guy is really cool. Nice little system for sure. The speaker actually sounds pretty good. Let's do a quick sound test, shall we? What I like about the Onion OS, and this makes it so convenient. If I click the function button here, these are some games that I've been playing lately. As you can see, Zelda Link's Awakening, Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Brothers 3, these are the card levels, which is pretty cool. Super Castlevania 4, and Sonic the Hedgehog Triple Trouble, for the Game Gear. So I could just come here and, oh, okay, I want to play this. So here I am, playing it. And look at the quality, look at how good this looks. Plays super well, no issues whatsoever. So let's say, okay, well, the wife's like, we gotta go run some errands. No problem. You just press the function button, and it'll remember exactly where you are. And let's say if you're in the car or something, want to play some more Castlevania 4? I got you. Look at this. So that's really, really cool that you could actually do this. So again, looks amazing on this little device. And as you can see, am I having any issues playing? Not at all. And I have a camera in front of me too, so. And here I'm using the sub weapon with the air button, so no problems at all. Play this game pretty well. Get the meat, gotta get the protein. I'll play some more Mario 3, the card levels. So all this comes with this system, which is pretty cool. And we're not going to play too much because you guys know what this is. So something I want to show you in the SNES library is just an example. So it comes with hacks, something they call a Miyoo collection, modern games and translation. So this is really cool. One hacks. So these are different games that you've probably never played before, which is pretty neat. Also, I just want to show you how the saving works, basically. Let's see if we start Aladdin. I'll just show you how easy this is. Onion OS, second to none. It's great. Really, really great. So I pressed it and I saved it. So now I can continue here next time. And let's say if I don't want to keep the save, you just press X and we get rid of it, and that's all. I want to show you guys how good the Game Boy Advance looks on here as well. So So the Game Boy Advance has a different resolution. The resolution on this one, I'm not sure if I mentioned that earlier, is a 4:3. And on the Game Boy Advance, it's 3:2. So you see some cutoffs here, but not, I mean, come on. But it's pretty good and looks pretty good as well. So I think the audience for this guy, for this system, would probably be a younger generation, like for your kid. They'll want something pocketable. But can you imagine getting this as a kid? I would have been in heaven. Well, there you have it, guys, the Miyoo Mini. I really hope you guys enjoyed this quick review. There's probably hundreds of reviews out there, but thanks for clicking on my review. I know there's a lot of people on my channel that are not too familiar with these, and I'm trying to get more people into them. I'm just chilling on the couch. The wife is watching something on TV on Netflix, and it's something that I'm just kind of, you know, one of her chick flicks, kind of watching casually, but not paying attention too much. That's when I play with one of these. Sitting on the couch playing, and it's fantastic. It's fantastic. And again, you'd think, like, well, Bowler, how could this is way too small? Not really. I could still play with this. It's comfortable. I am not cramped at all. I played for an hour yesterday and I was fine. I'm not sure if I don't think I'd want to play for 3-4 hours. Otherwise, I'd probably choose something like, if I'd want something more comfortable, I'd probably want to play with probably this guy here, right? The RGXXQ from Ambernick. Or again, maybe the RG40XXV. Much bigger, right? I mean, you can't really compare, but different size, right? But again, if you want to gift this to maybe one of your nephews, one of your nieces, this would be the perfect gift. And I really encourage you guys to go to LitNXT. I have an affiliate link below. You can even use my code BOWLER10 for a nice 10% discount. Why would you want to buy from LitNXT? Well, the fine folks at LitNXT, they offer pretty quick shipping. Even if it's coming from China, the shipping is actually pretty good. And they include Onion OS operating system. I'm not saying that the stock one is not good, but the Onion OS is, once you use it, it's super user friendly. You can do a whole bunch of stuff on it that I probably showed in another video. And it's just ease of mind, right? Peace of mind. You buy the system, it comes all configured with you. And there's something I forgot to mention too. All the games are in English. So even some Japanese games that have been translated to English, which is really cool. Games that you probably didn't play before, you'll be able to play on here. Example, Murder 3 is on here. How cool is that? You can actually play the translated version right on this. So, and the game selection on this is really good too. There's no fillers on this. Like they actually handpicked these games, and you could tell there's some really, really good games that come on this system. So, all right. I hope you guys enjoyed the review, and I'll see you in the next video. Consider subscribing. Hit the thumbs up if you liked the video. Hit the thumbs down if you didn't, and see you next time. By the way, I play a lot of retro games during streams as well, so check out my channel for that if you like that kind of thing. I've been a retro game player since the early 80s, so I know a thing or two about retro gaming. See you next time.